So we just started a show on Collider called Collider FYC, where we get to celebrate everything that we're going to be talking about for the next couple of months. And one of the topics of conversation we often have with the changing voting academy and just all the different types of movies that are getting Oscar consideration now is, what does it mean to be an Oscar movie? So I wanted to pose that question to both of you. For you personally, what does it mean to be an Oscar movie?
I think it's a film that I think holds together from beginning to end. I think it has to have, it all starts with the script. I think it has to have terrific direction and really good performances. But I think that's changing what an Oscar movie is, what people view that to be. I think that was one thing in the 80s, I think, or going back to the 70s, a different thing in the 80s. It's developed into something else in the 90s, and now we're at where we're at with content being very different. The experience, what people expect is very different, the available technology and all that. So there's a lot of things to consider, but the main thing the film has to do is be good.
I would agree. I think if there's some talk about a movie that's coming out that you're in, like Green Book, and some people, this could go all the way, this could be nominated for the screenplay and for this and for that. And whether that happens or not, it just means people like it for some reason. They like it for whatever personal reason, they're drawn to it. They think it has a chance to be liked and maybe seen more than once and stay in people's memory. So that's all good. But if we don't get anything in that regard, it doesn't mean I still won't think it's a great movie.
Something that crossed my mind while I was watching this about the shooting process is how many key moments in this movie take place in a car where you're not even sitting next to each other. It's one in the front, one in the back. So what kind of shooting challenges do you have when you can't make eye contact like that? Also just with, I guess I would call this blocking, when you're constantly like, Tony, eyes on the road. Do you just have to memorize when all that happens?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta listen, right?
He's listening, he's watching, it doesn't matter if he's in the middle of a sentence or not. The moment that I turn around, he's being in character. It's like, I don't want you turning around. You're driving the car, look forward. So it's, it's give and take. But it is really listening. And it could be really boring to have two guys in a car, frankly, no matter how well written the dialogue is, unless you're connecting, unless you're really reacting in the moment from take to take to what the other guy's doing. And that's fun. That's really playing. It's not only better for the movie, but it's more enjoyable as a process, because then you've done a day's work, or you've done a scene maybe a whole bunch of times from different angles, but you're like, that wasn't even better, or that moment was better in that one, and so you're excited about, you're imagining what the director's going to be doing. He's going to be piecing these together. I think he has all the pieces to make that scene work. Just because that last take was great for when you did this. Right. Or when you said eyes on the road. It was like you were a little more strict. Not too strict, but it was perfect at that point.
It also, but just the process of filming it that way, I think it actually served to be something that was an advantage for us, because as soon as you take one of the senses away, the other ones improve, right?
Yeah, there's a rear view, but the camera was there.
So I
couldn't even see him.
Yeah, we weren't
I couldn't even see him in the mirror.
Yeah,
wow,
we're not
that
seeing.
didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. And he couldn't see me in the mirror.
Right. So we're not seeing each other. I'm speaking basically to the back of his head, and he's looking out the window. So the type of listening goes beyond just hearing. Like you're sort of listening and reading with your entire body and being. And so once you do that for a week to start the film in a car, when you get out of that car and you're actually sitting or standing across from each other and having a conversation, I think it did something to improve our chemistry and sort of our rhythm.
In that way.
Yeah.
We got into the tone of each other's voice.
Yes.